Hello, welcome to Tech Trek. In today's video, we are diving into an exciting Python project. That's how to create a simple keylogger for educational purposes. Remember, this is strictly for learning and it's your responsibility to use this knowledge ethically and legally. Before we start, let's define what a keylogger is. What is a keylogger? A keylogger is a program that records every keystroke made on the keyboard. It's commonly used for debugging, monitoring authorized activities, or cybernetics research. Using the keylogger without explicit consent is illegal and unethical, so always get permission before deploying one. So now let's get started. First, you have to ensure that you have Python installed on your computer. You also need an external library called pynput. So you can install this pynput by opening our terminal and type pip install pynput. So pynput and click on enter. In case you get this error, that's the externally managed environment error. You can try this sudo apt install, then the version of your Python installed on your computer. So mine is Python 3, so Python 3 -pynput. This will also solve the problem and install pynput library for you. Click on enter. So now, as you can see, I already have pynput installed. So it said pynput is already the newest version on your computer. So either the first or the second command, each of them will work. So you need to try the first command, that's the pip install pynput. In case you get some error, then you try the sudo apt install python, that's the version of your Python install -pynput. So the pynput allows us to monitor and control input devices like the keyboard and the mouse. It's the main ingredient for our project. Now let's head to our test editor. Now let's create our Python file. I will name my keylogger.py. The first thing we'll do is to import our pynput library. So we will type from pynput import keyboard. Okay. Now we will create a file to save our log keys. This file will keep a record of every key pressed. So I'll use a variable for our file. So log_file. That's the variable equal to. And the name of the file, so I'll name my keylog.txt. Now let's define a function. To log the keys when they are pressed. So df to define a function on_press key. Try. So with our file open, that's the keylog.txt. So with open bracket log_file. Since this is the variable that we use for the file, log_file, append. So the append, that's the A in the quotation mark. So this if the keylog.txt file doesn't exist, this will create the file so that it will keep all the keys when they are pressed. And if a file called keylog.txt already exists, they append, so it will append the keys pressed to the file. It won't overwrite, but to add it to the next line. So as file. So now let's define printable characters. So we want to log printable characters when they are typed or they are being pressed. The printable characters, some are like the normal alphabet like A, B, C, and the rest. So if HA, so we will define it by using if, then open our bracket key, character, that's you use CHA for character, and key dot character, that's a CHAR, and okay. So file dot write, so we will write this, file dot write open key dot chr. Now let's try and log spaces as a space character. In case, let's say the space bar has been pressed, you want to log this as a space character. So elif, that's the else if key equals keyboard dot key dot space, then keyboard dot key dot space on the font like that. Now next line, far right, far dot right, or a file.write, then open bracket. So we want to recognize that a space, so there should be a space in between the quotation mark. Now we are done. So else we want to log special keys such as the enter key, caps lock, shift, and the caps lock, enter and shift. So we want to log this file. We will define in the search that when the key is being pressed, we want to see the finding. Let's say when the enter key is being pressed, we want to know that like finding like the key was enter key. So we use it file.write, then open our bracket. So file f that for f. So we want to print it that the key was, so let's bring our square bracket, then our curly bracket. So key dot name as a special character. So we want the key name. Let's say a shift key was enter being pressed. Now exception, you have to add exception so that if there is an error during our execution, you will see. So let's log exception to handle errors during our execution of the program. So exception as E, then we'll print exception as E. So when when we encounter any error, print open bracket and F. So error pass login key. We want to print it whenever you encounter error. Login key, then open bracket and E. So now we want to define a key, or we want to define how we want to stop the keylogger whenever we are done. So I want in the set that whenever the escape key is being pressed, the keylogger will stop working. So I will define it def on underscore press key. So if key equals keyboard dot key dot esc, that's the escape key. So whenever the escape key is being pressed, I want the keylogger to stop working. So now return false. So whenever the escape key is being pressed, return false so that the keylogger will stop working. Return false. Okay, balls misbehaving. Return false. Whenever the escape key is being pressed, I want the keylogger to stop working. So now we can start our keylogger or listener with this last line of code with keyboard dot listener. There. With keyboard dot listener, then open our bracket on underscore press. So you got keyboard is behaving. Okay, now let's open our brackets. We are good now. On underscore press should be equal to on underscore press, then comma on underscore release. We are setting up our listener, so on underscore release should also be equal to on underscore release. On underscore release. Now okay, let's close our brackets as listener. Yeah, there as listener. I think I didn't bring the underscore. Okay, underscore release on underscore release called underscore release. Nice. So print this. Now we have set up our listener. So print and open our print keylogger is running. Press escape. That the user will see that he needs to press the escape to stop. Now our last line of command will be listener dot join. This is all for this is the command the code that we use for our keylogger. Okay, I made a mistake here. Keylogger. Now I will save this by going file Ctrl+S to save it. Then I'll run this command. After running it, I will try inputting some keys to test whether to work. So let me go to my terminal and open new terminal. Now let's run our keylogger and see. So I will type with my terminal on. I'll type Python 3, then the name that's keylogger.py. As you can see, keylogger is running. Press escape to stop. Let's open our notepad and type random thing. But first, I'll click on the caps lock key to type capital S, then caps lock key off. So let's say subscribe to tech track. Now let's go back to our VS Code. So the moment we type on subscribe to the tech track, you can see a file has been created here. That's the keylog.txt. So let me click on escape key to stop the keylogger from running. Now we are done. Let me open the keylog.txt. As you can see, I first click on the caps lock key to type capital S, then I click on caps lock key to go back to normal small letters. Now I type subscribe here. So when I was typing the 2, I made a mistake to type R, then I type backspace to delete it. So basically this is what I type: subscribe to tech track. Now I will run the keylogger again and try logging into my account, let's say Facebook or any account, and see if the keylogger will be able to listen to the keys for the credentials. So let me run it again with keylogger, the Python. Let me open my browser and head to, let's say, Facebook. I'll use facebook.com, facebook.com. Now let me try logging with some credentials and see if the keylogger will be able to capture the keys pressed. Our Facebook is being open. Okay, now at the email or phone session, I'll type test@test.com, and the password I'll type tester. Now this is the password, capital T. Now login. Let's go back to our VS Code. Let me click on escape to stop the keylogger from running. Now open the keylogger. Now you can see this is the first one that we typed. Now go back to the second one. So we open facebook.com and we click on enter. So when we were typing the email test. So the shift was when I was typing the @ sign. So @ plus the sign, test@test.com, and the password was tester. So I click on shift to type capital T, the password was tester, and I click on escape to stop the keylogger from running. So there you have it, a simple keylogger in Python. Remember, with great power comes with great responsibility. Use this knowledge to learn and grow your skills, not for unethical purposes. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. Until next time, keep learning and stay ethical. Happy hacking.